Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. It is a beautiful spring day here in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. And today, we're going to finish moving out that group of Freedom Ranger color yields. We're going to put them out on pasture today. We got our Salatin style chicken pens finished up. We're deploying them today. We're actually going to put them to use. And we're going to put a couple more of the John Suscovich style chicken tractors into play today. So we've also figured out, you know, I had this question's been burning in my mind for I don't know how long now. Why do they call it a chicken tractor? I think we figured it out. So stick around the end, we'll tell you what we think, the reason we think that is. But let's work on getting some chickens moved out today and start fertilizing some fields. Hang around with us. You know, you need to be more like Jamie, Sonder. Yeah. We were down there loading these chicken tractors up and he said, you know, I sure am glad you thought of doing this stuff. Whenever we done it, we'd be in a pickle right now. So, I mean, he recognizes the genius. Huh?
What do you think told him he needed to go do this?
She kept
that wasn't
saying,
an original thought.
She kept saying, oh, it can wait till probably June the 1st. Oh, this is a big one. Is this right? Yeah. Yes, it is. Hey, looky there. That looked nice.
Jesse asked the other day, he said, I said something about building chicken tractors. He said, what in the world is a chicken tractor? I said, well, you see, Jesse, that's why Chuck only needs me, is we've subcontracted all these chickens out to run all our farm equipment.
Oh Lord, we're way off. Look down here on the lower side.
What is it?
We've got a lot more hanging down over here than we do up here.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know that it don't matter.
Well, that's all right. The wind will be coming from that way.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, we've subcontracted all this work out to these chickens. They've got to have equipment to work with. I've hired these chickens to fertilize my field. And they've got to have a tractor to ride around and spread the fertilizer with. I might need to explain that on this video. Why is it called a chicken tractor? Well, I'm just going to tell you why it's called a chicken tractor. So the other day, we were showing the construction of our Salatin style poultry pens. And we've got them put together. A couple of things on these. We did use the plans
so you'll have to open it
from the Polyface design book, and I'm going to leave a link in the description down below for that. If you are looking for plans for any of Joel's stuff, we've got that book and it is absolutely fantastic. I can't recommend it enough. The drawings are super detailed, easy to follow instructions, cut sheets. I mean, the whole deal is there. So if you're looking to for plans for these, I'll leave a link in the description down below for that book. A couple things that we did do differently on these that were not that is not included in the plans. And really the primary thing is the tops. We could not find, we looked high and low, we could not find the aluminum that Joel recommends. What we did find were these plastic roofing panels at Lowe's, and we bought the lightest colors that we could find. So we bought some white, We didn't have enough white to do them all, so we ended up buying some of these light tan, real light brown color. And came out today. It's pretty sunny. Rich up and under there, fell to the bottom, nice and cool. The tops are nice and cool, so I don't think that they're going to attract, draw, and hold heat like a steel or something else would. Plus, it doesn't add to the weight. I mean, they're really lightweight. On the dolly, we don't have a dolly yet, but I went this morning to a metal supplier here in town and picked up the metal, and the welding class at our local high school is going to build our dolly for us. So we're going to have our dolly. On the drinkers, we've got some of the plastic style bell drinkers. These are the taller ones. I think the ones that Joel uses are the short stubby ones. These are the taller ones. So all we done here was we drilled a hole in that, or we put a screw in that brace right there, and we just hung that drinker from that brace right there. I think that should be fine. Gets it up off the ground. We're not going to be able to adjust it up and down. It's just going to be what it's going to be. But that's the way it's going to work. We're going to have to use some of our round 40-pound feeders for a couple days. I've got some pieces of PVC, some 4-inch PVC. Jamie over there is going to cut some of those in half. We're going to build some sides on them, and we'll make some long feeders out of those. I think Suscovich uses those in those style tractors. But we're going to build some to use in here. I've got a few of the galvanized, but not enough. So we're going to finish putting the drinkers together here. And we got our next two Suscovich set up. Again, we've got 199 birds in that tractor, in that brooder out there. 75, and one is 150. That leaves us with about another 50. So we're going to split those up here. We have had some loss in that brooder. Long story. Basically, the power went out. We had some piling, and we lost a few birds. But we got all. We salvaged it. It was a little devastating, but we got it worked out. All right, let's finish this up, and we'll get some birds out here, put them on the ground. It's the drain clogged up all over again, ain't it?
Yeah. There you go. Cleared your blockage.
Yeah, like a catheter. Like a cardiac cath right there. Now, we're going to have to cut this off because that is going to leak right there.
Yeah.
Let me climb. And there's how many in that one?
36.
The 36 and 35 is 71. Need four more. I got 3. That's it. All right. Oh man.
Had them on the arm.
Oh.
Kill them as they go in.
Okay. 1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6, 8,
29,
30.
31.
So real quick, we've had a couple of folks that have reached out and asked us about if we were going to do a pastured poultry class. We've done a couple of those last year. Yes, we are. We have our first pastured poultry class set up for May the 15th, 2022 here at Sheraton Park Farms. The way this deal works is, first part of the day we do a little bit of a pasture walk. We talk about our pens, we talk about brooders, we talk about chick selection, feed, water, all that kind of stuff, all the stuff you want to know about actually growing poultry on pasture. Second part of the day, actually the bigger chunk of the day, is focused on processing. So if you want to learn how to process birds, we give you plenty of opportunity to do everything. Kill, scald, pluck, eviscerate, cut up, package, weigh, label, the whole deal. Plus at the end of the day, you get to take home a bird ready for the oven, the grill, however you want to fix it. Make sure you get plenty of practice. This is a very practical class. The deal here is we want you to go home and feel comfortable being able to process your own birds on your own farm. We go over the equipment. We spend a lot of time, a lot of hands-on, a lot of one-on-one instruction to make sure that you're very comfortable with that. I'm going to leave a link in the description down below. Again, May the 15th, 2022, here at Sheraton Park Farms, Pasture Poultry class. And we end today with a really nice farm-to-table meal. We don't want you to come up here and eat peanut butter crackers. We want to make sure you eat good. So if you're interested, link is in the description down below. Sign up. We'd love to have you come out and join us. All right, we got all of the color yields out, and got 199. So in these two Suscovich tractors, one of them has 24 and the other one has 25. So we got feed and water back there, using our bell style waters on these guys. Here's the other batch. And then in our Salatin pens, we have 75 birds each. We've got our drinkers, got our buckets up here, bell style waters, drinkers hanging down there. And then we've got a couple of long style feeders that are in with these guys. I think you can see them right there. Like I said, we're going to build a couple more of those out of some 4-inch PVC so we can have bigger space. But when you're bringing your birds out of the brooder, a couple things you want to watch for. Number one, keep your eye on the weather, especially in the springtime. We've got some cooler nights coming up, so we'll keep a close eye on that. We may add a little bit of protection. Finish putting the backs on these. We left a couple of sections of the back off, so we may put the backs, rest the backs on them, and maybe throw a tarp over them just for a little added protection. Probably not going to do a lot on these birds now, just because of, you know, especially on these Salatins, these lights that we're using, they're just going to hang down to the ground. So I don't think they're going to be very beneficial. Plus, a lot of birds in there. Not worried about them piling right now. They should be fine, but still, that weather's going to be something to keep our eye on. And then real quick, finally, we've still got our Cornish cross up here. 40 of these birds. We've lost one. We got 20 in here, and we've got 19 in here. Now we're doing a little bit of an experiment on these birds. We're feeding them a little differently. Group here on the right, on the lower side, we're feeding them a 16% non-GMO, non-soy, non-corn hog feed. Okay. Group up here, 21% protein layer pellet. Had them on it for a little over a week now. Weight gains, we're coming in every Tuesday, selecting 5 random birds, and we're weighing them. So far, they've been on the feed regimen a little over a week. The birds on the hog feed have gained 0.13 pounds more than the birds on the layer pellet. Here's the real difference. We're buying our 16% hog feed, $4.59 a ton, $5.60 a ton. $90 cheaper to feed. We're getting the same grow out, same rate of growth. We're going to continue this. These are early results. See how they do. But we may be switching to this non-soy, non-corn, non-GMO hog feed, because according to our feed guide, the only difference is this has calcium in it. I can add a little oyster shell if I need to, but these birds, we're wanting them to grow fast for meat. We're never going to get to an egg production on them. So why really worry with it? Again, results are early. Don't know we're going to stick with it. So far, things are looking good. We'll keep you posted on that. So that's what's happening with our meat chickens right now. Oh, that's nice. It's real nice. So real quick, I want to give a shout out to, and Dalton, excuse me if I butcher your name, Dalton Kuckelhan from Gearhead Gifts. That can't be right, yeah. Kuckelhan? Keckelhan?
No.
That's not it? Dalton, I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. There's Dalton's card. But anyway, Dalton is from Gearhead Gifts in Paris, Tennessee, and we had a FedEx box. Is it Texas?
Put your glasses on.
I've got all this off-camera help. Y'all. Dalton is in Paris, Texas. Dalton is in Paris, Texas. Anyway, well, the other day, FedEx box shows up. I thought it was some pig pregnancy test. Ended up, Dalton sent Son and I a couple of really nice mugs. These are laser engraved, the name of the farm, McGrady, and then he put our name on the back. So thank you, Dalton. Dalton sent that to us. Dalton is with Gearhead Gifts. I'm going to put a link to Dalton's email in the description down below, and also I'll link to his Facebook page. But he does some really cool stuff, and we may end up getting Dalton to do some of these for us. And if you guys are interested, we may do some giveaways or sell a few of them or something like that. So, but anyway, thank you, Dalton. Can't pronounce your last name, but thank you, man. We appreciate it. All right, so we got these birds out on pasture. Now, why do we think it's called a chicken tractor? So Jamie and I were talking about this earlier. We have hired all these birds to fertilize our fields, and they need some equipment to ride around on. So I guess that's why it's called a chicken tractor. Yeah. Hey, Lordy, y'all. The abuse that I take is just not funny. But anyway, I think that's going to do it. Again, Pasture Poultry class, link in the description down below. Dalton from Paris, Texas. His email is in the description down below. Like we always say, please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.